Hey, what do you guys do?
Great question. So, here at Climate Control Experts, we handle pretty much everything related to heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, HVAC for short. That includes installing new systems, repairing and maintaining existing ones, and even helping with things like air quality and thermostats. If it keeps your home comfortable, we probably work with it. Is there something specific you were looking for help with?
Yeah, what is the average range of price for a new AC?
Absolutely. I can help with that. So, the price for a new air conditioning unit can really vary depending on the size of your home and the type of system you go with. But generally, most folks end up spending somewhere between $4,000 and $10,000 for a new AC, including installation. If you've got a specific size or brand in mind, I can give you a more tailored estimate too.
Let's go ahead and book an appointment. What is your earliest availability?
Let me just check our earliest availability for you. All right. So, after checking our calendar, I see our earliest openings are at 8 a.m. and 8:30 a.m. on Monday, the 27th. Would either of those times work for you? And could I get your full name and phone number to get you scheduled?
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, Monday works for me at 8 a.m. My full name is Joseph Smith, and my phone number is 123 123 1234.
Perfect. Let me get you scheduled for 8 a.m. on Monday, the 27th. Give me just a sec. All right, Joseph, you're all set for 8 a.m. on Monday, the 27th. We'll see you then. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
Yeah, you know what? Just give me a second. I want to
Nope.
I want to reschedule that appointment to 11 a.m. actually.
Sure, I can help you reschedule that. Let me check if 11 a.m. is available on Monday, the 27th. Perfect. Let me just cancel your old appointment and get you scheduled for the new time. All done? You're all set for 11 a.m. on Monday, the 27th, instead of your original 8 a.m. appointment. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
Yeah, you know what? Let's cancel that appointment. I'll have to call you back.
No problem, I can help you with that. Let me just cancel your appointment for you. All right, your appointment has been canceled. Thank you so much for calling Climate Control Experts. You have a great day.
You too. Bye. So that's exactly what you will be learning today. How to build this voice AI agent that will be connected to your GoHighLevel account. So you were able to see that after the call ended, it was able to book the appointment, reschedule, and at the end, as you can see here, is canceled. So this agent is able to handle all type of requests when it comes to booking, canceling, and rescheduling. Also, the agent is able to create the contacts by the end of the call based on whatever information is being shared by the caller. It could be their full name, email address, phone number, service needed, and then we can basically add any custom field that you need to gather within the call. The first step will be to create an agent in Retail AI. So if you never create an agent, this section over here will be empty. So you will not have any agents. So all you have to do is click on create an agent and then click on voice agent right here. Once you have clicked on voice agent, then just need to select single prompt agent. And finally, click on create. Once you have done that, you can go ahead and use ChatGPT to create a generic prompt. Make sure to include the instructions that I show you in the previous video. We will be using the same functions that we covered in the previous video. I will link that also in the description of this video, which basically are tools that the agent is using to check the calendar, book the calendar, book in the calendar, and cancel appointments as well. The next step will be creating the backend for anything. So we will have two different scenarios. One will be for checking the availability within the calendar, and the another segment will be booking and canceling an appointment within the calendar. I basically placed both functions or tools together in the same webhook, but you can go ahead and separate them as you want. So in the first section right here, all I did was create a webhook. And in order to create a webhook, all you have to do is click on this plus sign and type in webhook and just select this one right here. And that's it. Once you have done that, the next step will be copying the production URL and pasting it into your Retail AI function. So you will go back to Retail AI, and this will be for the check calendar function right here. Click on the pen and paste it right here for the endpoint. Also, we covered this in the previous video, how to create a JSON schema. You can also go ahead and use ChatGPT to create a JSON schema based on the different customer information that you need to gather within the call. Then you just need to click on save. The next step will be getting the availability of the calendar. And in order to do that, what we're doing is sending a HTTP request. And the way that you do this is very simple. Go into your browser, open up a new tab, and you will type in GoHighLevel API docs. Scroll down, you will be able to see this option that is called high-level API documentation. And then the only thing you need to do is click on Get Started with API. Now, for getting the availability of the calendar, what we're using is, I'm looking at the left side of the screen right here, and we are using the calendars, and within the calendars, you have the events, and we are using the get free slots. And this is the endpoint, the type of method for the HTTP request, and you got all the information right here. What is required, the calendar ID, the start date, end date, and the format that they're asking for. So you can just follow along with this API documentation, and that's how we are doing it right here. So first of all, the method is get. The endpoint, which is the URL, is the one found right here at the top. Then the next part is the end date, start date. That will depend on what specific date and time the caller is asking about. And then we need to send the headers. You will have here your private token from GoHighLevel. The way that you get that is by going back to your GoHighLevel account, click on settings right here, and scroll all the way down, and you will be able to see this option that is called private integrations. You click on that one, and then you'll be able to create a new integration. You create the integration, and the only thing you have to do is to make sure that you're giving it the right scopes. So once you click in here, you can give it whatever name you want. You can call it NNN, for example. Description is not required, it's optional. You click on next, and in here you need to type in calendar and contacts, and you need to give it all the scopes related to calendar and contacts. And then the last step is to click on create, and that's it. Now you will copy that API token, that private token, and paste it right here. Make sure that bearer is present, and then space, and then you paste your private token. Then the version 2021-0415. Again, this information is being provided by GoHighLevel in the API documentation. Now the next step is just a code node that is just filtering the entire availability of the calendar and just giving a couple of options so we're not overwhelming the caller. So for this section, which is booking or canceling in the GoHighLevel calendar, the first step will be the same as the previous section, which is a webhook, and then you can call it whatever you want. I called it book and cancel because we're performing either option. Go into production URL, copy this URL, go back to Retail AI, and then where it says cancel event and book event, you will paste the same URL in this portion right here that's called endpoint. Once you have done that, the next step will be searching the contact. We need to understand if the contact exists or if it doesn't exist. If it doesn't exist, we need to create it. That's why we have this switch statement right here. That is basically, okay, we found it. then we can go ahead and just move forward with the action, either book the appointment or cancel the appointment. And if we didn't find it, we need to create it. We need to create the contact. In GoHighLevel, you cannot book an appointment if the contact doesn't exist. So that's why we need to create it first. All of these nodes, which are HTTP requests, are found right here. All I'm doing is just creating the fields and putting it into the HTTP. So for example, if the contact already exists, we can go ahead and move forward with the action right here, which is either booking or canceling the appointment. If the contact does not exist or is not found, we can go ahead and create the contact first and then make the appointment or cancel the appointment. Then I just have a switch statement saying, okay, if it was booked, if it was canceled, if it's not available, or if there is an error, we're going to reply back with the code node that also can be generated by ChatGPT. Now, the last thing that I want to mention is something related to the first webhook. So if you double click on the first webhook, this part where it says respond should be equal to when the last node finishes right here. That's it. That's the logic for the backend to make all of this happen within GoHighLevel. And again, all the steps are found here in the API documentation from GoHighLevel on how to get the availability of the calendar, how to get the contact, how to create a contact. If you click on contact, for example, you get the contact information. You're able to update the contact, observe, create, get contacts. So everything is right here. And the logic is this one right here for creating the appointment setter. Let me know if you would like me to go into more detail on how to specifically create every single node step by step. But this is from a high level overview how we could make this happen. Thanks a lot for watching.